And I'm certain here comes some more peoples. Hello, peoples. Welcome. We are live. Welcome to our Success Mastermind for Friday, the 21st of January. Can you
Look
believe it's
who's
the
there.
21st? What was that?
Glenn's there.
Glenn? Well, you know what? Everything stops as soon as Glenn walks in the room. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, he hath arrived. Oh, he can't even hear us. He can't. Oh, now he can. Now he can hear us. Hi, Glenn. We were all just celebrating your arrival.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The triumphant
Oh
return.
my goodness, what a time we had.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear about it. Is there a topic in there? Something I could clutch onto today?
As a matter of fact, it probably is. I can only stay on for a moment or two because, as you can see, I'm not in my usual place.
Right.
I'm in the green room. Hey, Kyle. I'm in the green room at Now Media Studios. We're getting ready to shoot the show in about an hour's time, and so I wanted to come in and say hello. I'll stick around for the jokes. How about that?
Okay, very good. I've got that same exact cup, and I paid nothing for it. There you go. That is one cup to rule.
I may have gotten it from the same place you did, John. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you definitely did. You definitely did. Right. That is one cup to rule them all. In fact, when Glenn and I and several others, Daisy and Daisy's husband Dale and Virginia Pipitone and Linda Landry. Am I forgetting anyone? Was that the whole crew for the Pahrump trip, right? So we went out to Vegas and Pahrump, right over the hump in Pahrump on the other side of the Spring Mountains. And if someone's never heard of Pahrump before, it is actually, well, it's just a little dirt pit. It's a little town out there in the desert. But they've got the biggest firearms training institute in North America. And so we were all out there. And one thing that I always pack when I do a desert trip is that cup. That's my coffee cup. It's my protein shake in the morning. It's a shaker. It's thermos, so it does the cold thing or the hot thing, either way, right? One cup to rule them all. My wife has a whole cabinet full of cups. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing with all these cups? What? We need more cups, right? She keeps buying them too.
Yes, we need more cups.
Yeah, right.
Yes. One might as well talk about shoes, John.
Right.
Yes, of course I need another pair of shoes.
Well, Ivier is here with us. And so, and look, Ivier is successful. So here's the thing, you guys, since it's Fun Friday, we're going to take this up. Okay. So one of the top producing online business people that I've ever worked with was a woman. She still is. She's not doing online business right now. She's, in fact, I'm not sure what she's doing. She wrote a book subsequently. But she was originally a dairy farmer in New Zealand, and she had a shoe collection. I'm guessing like Ivier's. I don't know. I've never seen Ivier's shoe collection. Okay, but this girl was very successful, and she had shoes. So perhaps it's like Samson with the hair, right? As long as he had hair, like he was like Samson or whatever. I don't know. His shoes. So anyway, good to see you guys. Can somebody bring me my coffee? My goodness, who do you got to know to get coffee around here? So we'll see. Maybe it'll appear through the door. That's why my door's open, by the way. Oh, look at this service. Look at this service. Well, thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome. It was just taking longer than you.
I know. Thank you so much. You're a delight. All right, hold on.
I got it.
Thank you.
Hi.
For the service. Thank you, sweetie.
Trinity running the show over there, John.
That's it. Hey, look what I got. I got copious amounts of studio foam. So this is going to be going up this weekend to kill this room, because this room is alive. But anyway, here's getting back to more serious issues. Today we do have on the calendar, we have our general session, which we're doing right now. Hospitality Suite's always open. 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be back here for Be Heard. We had a fun little Be Heard session last week for our members here. If you're seeing this on YouTube and you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to jlsuccessmastermind.com, grab yourself a membership, and you'll be in the in crowd with the cool kids, okay, that everybody wants to be in. But the Be Heard is where I get to listen to you. So any thoughts, questions, ideas? Last week, you guys got a little tour of, I got to mute the mics here. Last week, you got a little tour of my new digs. So we're just impromptu stuff. Be Heard. I like to end the week like that. And some profound stuff has come out of that, right? Sometimes one question can trigger a whole conversation. A couple of weeks ago, we were telling jokes on there that are not appropriate to tell in a public forum. Anyway, but here's the other thing that was coming up for me today. I was hanging a couple of pictures, and some of the picture frames that we have are handmade wood, India, right, and with the chisel and the guy with the stain, and they're not exactly square or level and all this. And I got to have stuff level. I just have to. And so I've got like 5 holes in the wall where the holes didn't line up with the measurements on the thing. Anyway, while I was doing all that, and I did succeed, while I was doing all that, I was listening to a little dissertation on the teachings of Wallace Wattles. And one of the things that I was reminded of, which I think is something that I haven't observed as much as I could, which is never talk about having been poor, never address poverty. You'll never help the poor by addressing poverty. That is an act of folly. Don't engage in charity and just helping people prolong their wretchedness and buying them some entertainment for a few minutes, right? You want to help the poor, go get rich. Best way to help the poor is to not be one of them. Medicine as a study of disease has furthered disease. Religion as a study of sin has furthered sin. What we're looking for, what we're interested in, hi Linda, what we're interested in is not the symptoms, but the cure. So even if you've had lean times, never talk about it. Never talk about it. Now, in my experience as a business consultant, I get to talk with people who, in many cases, are looking to lift themselves out of poverty or lack or whatever is unsatisfactory. Nobody reaches for opportunity or gets into an e-commerce business or anything like that. Nobody does that because they're just rolling in cash and in their bliss and I don't want anything more. I've arrived or something. No, nobody. Okay. So there's what we could call dissatisfaction with current circumstances. And one of the things that I do when getting to know people and making myself relatable, because I think that's important, right? I'm not some guy on an ivory tower who, never experienced a problem in my life or something. No, I've been there with you, right? I know what it's like to start a business. Okay. But one of the things that I'll do is I'll offer, yes, I've made millions and lost millions. And I get a gasp. Oh, right. So it's kind of like a double whammy. Oh, so this person's been highly successful. Oh, and they've seen the pitfalls as well. So I mean, I like to say that because I think that's relatable to people. It also knows that, yes, we've got some altitude here. We know stuff, including what not to do. In fact, I'll tell people, look, at least as important as what you do, like whatever method you're applying to whatever business, or at least as important as that is who you do it with. Who you do it with. That cost me millions to learn. So pass the collection basket, everybody. I just saved you millions of dollars. All right. So, but am I violating what Wattles, his recommendation? Am I violating that by admitting that, there have been losses as well? I don't know. I don't think so. So that's an example for me. That's one that's coming up for me. And the fact that it's coming up for me means that, I've got attention on it. How about in your life, though? Because there's much more. See, that's something I deliberately do in conversation with people just to kind of set the stage and let people know, I'm not experimenting here. I've seen the ups and the downs, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay. But how many of us reveal through our unconscious, shit that comes out of our mouths, lack, limitation, problems, either present time or continuing to lament the failings of the past? You see, the more we validate something, the more we get that. What we validate expands. Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. In other words, release the past. Okay. The only time we can act is present time. Right now, right now, right now. So out of all the possible things that I could be doing in my life at this moment, I have assessed that the best thing for me to do would be to be right here with you guys right now and have this conversation. It's the highest and best use of my time. I've got nothing better to do. Literally. Okay. I've got lots of other things to do. I'm hanging pictures. Okay. I had to stop hanging pictures to come here. Okay. But I have nothing better to do. This is better than that. So I've made that assessment. Okay. Now, if I'm choosing to show up, and we all are, if we're choosing to show up in life in various capacities and groups and environments and businesses and whatever, if we're choosing to show up because we've decided that that would be the best use of our time, are we, and you got to look for yourself, okay, are we cutting our own legs off because we keep affirming what didn't work in the past or how you failed in the past or anything like that? I've seen Facebook groups. This is a laugh. Glenn, you'll like this. So here's all these people like network marketers. Who the hell is calling me right now? My goodness. So I've seen, here's this network marketing group, and they're all attempting to attract people into their awesome opportunity and the best products of the world. And oh my goodness, this is the greatest shit. And they're in there griping about, why is this business so hard? Why, right? Nobody buys my stuff. Oh, really? Really? So, and you can excuse the newcomer from time to time. They just need a little bit of coaching, because as James Allen said, in life you don't get what you want, you get who you are. And they're demonstrating that. So they need a little bit of coaching on that. But to go online, I'll just use like social media as an example. But to go online and seek sympathy, to advertise your, whether it's the disease or the shortcomings or the failings or whatever it happens to be, for the sake of getting sympathy. This is what Dorothea Brand talked about in the first 4 chapters of Wake Up and Live. Right, Missy? The will to fail, the rewards of failure. Victim society, man, it's sexy. Okay, you'll get lots of agreement. Okay, but you can either have, you leaving Glenn, you'll either have results or you'll have your reasons. Nobody gets both. All right, so here we can be talking and talking and talking about our reasons for why this didn't work. And are we even right? I mean, really, when we get down to it, right? If I'm just talking about, whatever was done to me, that I'm a victim or something, am I even telling you the truth? No. Okay, I'm telling you that I want sympathy. Come on, lady, come on, don't do that again. I'm shutting down Skype. I'm on do not disturb mode. Now I'm on Skype is off mode. Okay, so there's that. But back to the idea. But back to the idea, right? Is that if I am asserting my rightness about something, look at this in other areas of life where you've had to argue for your position. I'm right, damn it. Okay. Well, what did Lao Tzu say? Those who speak do not know. Those who know do not speak. Keep talking. Keep talking. Essentially advertising my own ignorance, right? So when I'm asserting my rightness about what I think was done to me or why I'm not responsible, I'm lying to you. And what rewards do I get from that? The sympathy, the tacit consent, which means unspoken agreement, right? Hey, I won't hold you to account for your mediocrity as long as you don't hold me to account. It's very social. Yeah. We're victims. Yeah, right? So look, why do I bring this up? I bring it up because I got that reminder. I got the reminder in terms of don't talk about, failure. Don't address poverty, right? You want health, address health, not disease. You want righteousness, address righteousness, not sin, right? You want riches. That's what we think about. That's what we validate. That's what we talk about. In fact, he even said, Wallace said, this is out of the Science of Getting Rich, he said, even if you're thinking of the poor, don't think of them as the poor. Think of them as those who are getting rich through these means. And maybe they need some coaching, maybe they need some training, whatever. But what are we becoming? Boy, I'm quoting all different kinds of people today. So Goethe, the great German philosopher Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, said, if I treat you as you are, I'll make you worse. But if I treat you as though you are that which you could become, I help you become that. Okay, who's the you in this sentence? Well, it's anybody who we allow into our environment, but it's also ourselves. If I treat me as I am, look at me in all my circumstances, look at me and my failings, look at me and my thoughts about them, about the past, right? About the effects that I created yesterday, good or bad, right or wrong, okay? But if I keep treating as that, well, there's the downward spiral. But if I treat myself as though I am that which I could become, oh, then I help myself become that. So we can do this as a service to others. And I'll tell you guys what, it's helped me tremendously in business. Okay, so here we are just talking about like a mindset thing. But my goodness, you get in front of a customer, a client, and you see them as their potential, not as their failings, their past, their whatever. Yeah, you did whatever you did yesterday. Fine, I don't care. Where are you going? That's what I want to know. Where are you going? Oh, now I know who you are. Great. Well, let's have that conversation. Tell you what, it's made me and others a lot of money because now, just like for myself, right, I can make better, higher decisions. Now others can make better, higher decisions. Why? They're being validated by someone who's more awake than just going into agreement with whatever their story was about them being, having failed or something. This is huge, guys. This is huge. And I think we could take this to biblical extremes, right? So and here's just my theory on this, right? So here's this leper guy or the crippled guy, right? And here's this Jesus guy who said, I disagree. I see perfection. And knew it so thoroughly that transformation. That's pretty extreme, right? I don't know. I'm not there. Okay. But he said you can do all these and even greater things. Okay, I got practice. So the healing, right, of whatever erroneous mindset, thoughts, whatever. This is something we can be responsible for, and it starts with. And I know we've kind of been on this trip for the last week or two on watching our words, our dialogue, our internal and external. But something as subtle as that. You gaining agreement or sympathy from somebody else because they failed too. Now you guys can compare notes or something and horror stories. Man, we got to cut that off. Again, I'm not accusing anyone. I don't know what you do in your private affairs. Okay. But I think it was a powerful reminder. And it all comes back to the same idea, though, is that what we validate, we get more of that. The secret, so to speak, the secret. It's not a friggin' secret. Okay, so here's the secret. We become what we think about. Okay. You get more of that. That's what you get. Keep thinking on that. Man is what he thinks about all day long. Who said that? Marcus Aurelius. So can we catch ourselves? Can we be conscious enough of that? And look, I in my work, I got to be relatable to people, and I've got to, be frank with people. I don't mean be frank, like change my name to Frank. I'm still John, okay? But be authentic with people. And what I find is that, especially if we're looking to serve others, like Steve Covey said, quoting somebody else now, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Okay, so if I understand where a person's at right now, and I can meet them at their level and just a little bit higher, I can help pull them up. So you gotta be able to listen to do that. Okay, so that's another part of it. But it starts with listening to yourself, listening to the words that are coming out of your own mouth, affirming that which is good and right. And again, not lying to yourself. I would tell a lot of people would talk to me about affirmations. It feels like I'm lying to myself. Okay, it feels like that because maybe the comfort zone is that you're more comfortable with lying to yourself with you can't. There's the lie. So you've been living a lie up to this point. So how about we introduce another thing which seems like a lie, but maybe you're wrong. How about that? How about that? Rather than asserting your rightness, shut the F up and be wrong, and then maybe you can learn something. I've never learned anything by being right. What do you guys think about this? This is, I got inspired with this today. I got inspired. Missy, what do you
John, I feel better when I call myself out. And yesterday, or the day before, whatever I said, something you said, you fell out of integrity for a little while.
Mhm.
And I did it last night too, in a very big way. And my accountability friends, Lindsay and Linda, well, let me back up for a second. There is a big difference between you trying to relate to somebody who's coming to you for coaching to say, hey, I've been there too. There's a big difference between that and saying, here's what happened to me last night. Listen to how bad it is. You know, I didn't put it that way, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And there were no, oh, poor Missy. There was no, this is what you have to do this, that, and the other thing, and stop doing that. And that's what I got. And now I feel back to where I was before this thing happened. And without this group, I wonder how long I would have stayed in that state, because it was a long time. It was a long time. It was overnight. And so God bless Lindsay and Linda, and God bless this platform. God bless you.
Thank you. And he did. Lindsay and Linda, and they're quite blessed. Yes. Just look at them. They're so blessed. So, all right, good times. Any other thoughts on this? Not affirming lack or giving energy to past failings. Am I the only, just me and Missy? We the only ones that ever do that? Hey, Lindsay, what do you think?
I think that this was a long week not this week, but I had somebody tell me every time you say something negative, think something negative. She had me get this note card on a ringlet thing, and I had to write it down every time, but I outspent most of that. I didn't realize how much negativity was coming out of my mouth. But I learned it pretty quick. When you have to write it down every time, I was like, holy, yeah. I changed it, but then I took those and I changed those into a positive. And I'll stop myself, and I know I seem like I stumble all over my words, but if I do that, I will stop myself before I say it. I try to anyway. I try to always catch myself. I don't try. I may miss every now and then, but it does help. And words are powerful. Yes, don't speak. But yeah. Write it down for a week, and you'll realize really, really fast that it doesn't serve you.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I talked about the integrity can exercise in Integrity is Everything. So where you can pay the penalty, right? When you slip up. The other thing that you just reminded me of was there's certain like weight loss theories that if you have to write down everything you put in your mouth, you'll eat less. So write it down, everything.
Right? Log it. I have an app that I do that, and it's like, nah, I don't want to do that.
I'll just not eat that. Okay, fine. So, but you're in good shape. But it's like when habitually, like a vice. We've got vices. So it could be the overeating. It could be the negative language. I heard someone say, who was it? That poverty is a vice. Going back to the idea of agreement and sympathy and all that. That's a vice, right? Oh, look at me, I'm a victim, right? Oh, wow. So we gotta wake up. Linda's got her hand up too. Look at this. We got the trio, the three amigos over here. Hey, three amigas, let's get Linda out here. I ate at Los Amigos Mexican food yesterday, by the way.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah?
it wasn't three amigos,
Okay.
just two amigos. All right, go ahead then.
There was Three Amigos.
All right, that was a great movie.
Oh, the movie. Well, I'm thinking the Disney version, Three Amigos. Remind me to give you a picture hanging tip after. But today I was I enrolled somebody in our movement, which was something I hadn't done in a while, but I went there with the intention, with the help of my accountability partners, that I'm there to serve him. I'm not there to sell him anything. I'm not there to push anything on him. I'm there to help him do the thing that he signed up to do. So, and then in our initial conversation, I hear he's living in the Dominican Republic, and I'm like, I say to myself, like, how's that going to work? And so I verbalized it to him, and, my old self would have been like, really got nervous and, not wanted to, just would have thrown my presentation in a different direction. Let's put it that way. And he's like, oh no, I got a Florida address, no worries, And he was so in love with this whole idea and the company, and can't wait to shop. And, I reminded him he had to do it within 48 hours. And he said, I'll be doing it within 45 minutes. He just had to grab his wife. But anyways, we'll see what happens. But it was just being, having that intention, the no attachment. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah,
Linda.
it was huge. It was huge, John. Yeah. So it was just like I wasn't nervous, didn't care if it failed or if I didn't fail. It was, yeah.
That's it.
So, right.
You got it.
Yeah, no fear. So, as far as the picture hanging, which helps with something I learned, is you take the painter's tape and you put it on the back of what you're hanging. So if you have those two holes, and then you just poke those, you make sure it's level. So then you take the tape and you put it up on the wall. It takes the guesswork about where they are.
That sounds nice, unless it's a handmade, hand drilled, crooked ass piece of wood from India.
Well, okay.
Right.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
anyways.
Well, thank you for that. It's very workable. Yes, I've got levels. I've got measuring tapes. I got it all. This wood is crooked.
It's crooked.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see your frustration.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Anybody
You're
else
done.
today who's got some thoughts to share about this? Okay. So then with that, I urge you to be conscious of what's coming out of your mouth. And if it feels like a lie, maybe it isn't. And if it feels really comfortable, ooh, take a look at that, right? So we're looking to make progress, not be comfortable. And so in all of your dealings today, just be conscious of that. In fact, I would say when you go in with purpose, so you go into a conversation, you go into a meeting, you're doing it with an outcome in mind. Let's be outcome oriented. Outcomes are what? Futures, not pasts, right? So let's be outcome oriented in present time with full intention, as Linda just said, with intention on the outcome, but not with attachment to it, and without the need for a vice or a crutch to somehow gain agreement or something. Okay, so anyway, love you guys. Thank you for being a part of all this. I'm going to be back at 6 p.m. Eastern. So anybody who wants to tune in then, be heard. In the meantime, make it a great day.